Boom. Just kidding. Token vaping. Hey guys, today's juice review is on a line that is coming out of Hawaii from two people who I've had the opportunity to talk to. One of them, she basically deals with the social media aspect, the logos, the labels, the designs, while he does basically handles the other side as far as with the flavors and the making of the juices. I mean, they basically both equally bounce off of each other, but they both kind of focus on both sides of the line to ensure that they have a total complete product to introduce to the world that showcases their love, their passion, their commitment to this, on top of being, you know, busy with everyday life and everything else that they have going on with them, including which they are both military personnel. And as far as I'm aware, they are still both active, which is really, really cool. This is their introductory letter that they send with their juice line, and it basically just gives them, it gives a rough background, so to speak, on them and where they're coming from and what they're all about, to let you know, you know, what they're trying to do and what they're trying to give vaping as a whole, and what they're trying to put out there that has as much of their love and commitment as, you know, the quality of the product as well. And I think it's really, really cool that, you know, they basically are trying to, you know, incorporate as much of their personalities as into the juice line as much as the vaping aspect of this. And as I said, they are coming out. They do have, you know, their address here, and what's really cool is they actually put their names and numbers and their email address. So I mean, they don't have a main website, you know, and to be honest, you know, a lot of people, especially when they're trying to ensure the quality of the product itself, you know, don't always have time, especially with everything else going on in everyday life, you know, to be able to run a website, to run this, run that. And instead of running themselves ragged and running themselves too thin, they're trying to focus mainly on the quality of the product. So they give you ways to contact them. They are on Instagram, they are on Facebook, they do have an email address, they do have, you know, the numbers attached onto the letter as well, and that does get sent to shops along with, you know, their orders for their juice line. So they do make access to them easy. They just want to make sure that they're not devoting their attention too much to the wrong aspect of the line, if that makes sense. It's easier to focus on the product itself and ensure that you're going to enjoy what you're getting than worry about how fancy the website is if you can't order anything. So much respect to that, you know, as a former military myself, you know, the fact that they're former and still active, much respect to them for that as well. Now, I had meant to do this video a little bit sooner, and unfortunately I was holding off because it is a 5-flavor line, but I only have 4 flavors to talk to you about. And the main reasoning why is because, unfortunately, my postal service, the happy sunshine people that they are, had unfortunately mishandled the box when I got it, and one of the bottles broke, so I wasn't able to get the 5th flavor in time. So I'm hoping that further down the road, if I am able to, I will do a add-on video blurb for that flavor. But the 4 flavors I was able to acquire, and I did actually save one for first vape, first impression on the video, because I wanted to show the safety seal on it, and it encases the entire bottle. Now, the name of the company is Pure Diversity, and this is the logo that she had worked on. It's basically like a Medusa head, and these are the bottles that they come in. It is an amber tinted bottle to help conceal flavor and everything else like that. It does have the warning label, ingredient label on the back here. It does have the really cool Medusa style face logo done in a very a different but personal way. It has a lot number code, which is really cool. So it helps them keep track of all of their batches and stuff that they're making, to ensure that if there is any problem whatsoever, that they'll be able to narrow it down to, what group it came out of. The ratio on all of these is a 90-10. 90-10. So Cloud Chasers, right here, I'm telling you. Name of the company right here, nicotine level. This is the name of the flavor, and then it does a short little blurb of what the flavor is, which is really cool too, because every so often, whether you have it in a unicorn bottle or you keep it in the bottle, you just grab a bottle and somebody asks what you're vaping on, and you say it's this, and then somebody will ask you, well, what's the flavor profile? I'll be honest, I mean, sometimes I tend to forget what I vape on average. If I just grab, if I have it in a unicorn bottle, something similar, and you forget to write on what it is, or forget to put a label on it, it takes you a little bit. So being able to actually, if you keep the bottle with you, keeping it, right there, you can always tell what it is. So if somebody asks, it's right there. Now, to give you an idea, a 90-10 mix ratio, it is really thick, it is really solid. And clumsy me, I don't know if you can really see it right there, but you can see the clear where the liquid is. That's not all because I vaped it. I knocked this bottle over when I had it open by mistake. However, I was quick enough to grab it that literally maybe, I would say about a quarter of a tank full spilled out before I was able to pick the bottle up. And I mean, I had to reach to grab it. So it was thick enough that it didn't just flood out or pour out all over the floor. So that's actually really cool. Now, the 4 flavors that I was able to try for this video is Wendigo's Mist. The names are actually really cool too, so that's kind of slick also. And they do have child safety caps. Now, I will be honest with you, and this is entirely on me. I cannot remember if because they come with the child safety cap. I cannot remember if they sent me a dropper, child safety dropper with it. I will have to find out for sure, and I will make a notation on the video. I do have spare dropper bottles to use, so if you don't have extras or an empty bottle lying around to use the dropper bottle for, use the unicorn bottle if you have one. And like I said, I will find out for sure. If they do send them, then you don't have to worry about it. But truthfully, I can't remember if I have a spare one sitting around. But Wendigo's Mist is a vanilla mango cream with caramel sauce. Now, the mango cream kind of caught me because I don't honestly remember the last time I've had something that specifically said it was a mango cream. Being a 90-10 mix, they're all really thick. No throat hit whatsoever, period. Very smooth, very solid vapes. The vanilla mango cream with the caramel, when they say a drizzle, they mean a drizzle. And this is something that I've found is really kind of hard to do. When you say that you have a drizzle of caramel, a drizzle of chocolate, a drizzle of anything, a drizzle is literally just that. Like a lot of times you'll see chefs when they do a drizzle for the sauce, they'll take a spoon, basically scoop up some, let most of it dump off of it, and then hold it over the dessert or something like that, and literally just let it drizzle. It's not meant to coat, it's not meant to cover, it's meant to be a very finely added accent. When they say caramel drizzle, they mean a caramel drizzle, and the lightness of it and the amount that's there is impressive because the flavor is the vanilla mango. You get the hardiness and the fruit of the mango, but in a custard form because it is very creamy. But just on the tail end of the vape, you get a slight, and I mean a slight hit of caramel. It is not a slam in your face. It is not an overpowering sugar hit to your tongue. Just on the tail end of the exhale, you get that slight little bit of sugar sweetness, which is associated to the caramel, and just enough to accent the flavor and give it a little bit of a boost at the end. It's really, really good. Next is Muse's Whisper. This one is a vanilla pound cake with cherry sauce. Now, I wasn't quite sure how to take the cherry sauce because most of the ones that I have tried literally taste like cherries out of a can. like if you ever buy the canned cherry sauce, it has a very generic or almost really just fake taste to it. Um, which again, don't get me wrong, I'm not a mixologist. I don't know what's all entailed in making flavors. So I don't want to sit here and make it sound like I'm saying a negative on flavor aspects because I know better. But it just, I've always gotten more of a fake taste from a lot of the cherry sauces. This one literally tastes like a boiled cherries, and then you basically use that as your sauce. You know, when you throw some fresh cherries into a pot, add a little bit of sugar, add a little bit of water, basically boil it up, heat it, and then simmer it, and let the juice from the cherries basically mix into everything else. You get that solid cherry flavor that makes pretty much almost most pies really hard to resist. That's the taste that I get out of this, and that's a really cool taste because it makes it want to be vaped more. It makes you reminisce more about the homemade desserts that your grandparents used to make, and that's really cool. The vanilla pound cake is, for lack of better terms, it's weird, but in a good way, because vanilla pound cake, like vanilla cake just in general, to me doesn't have a specific flavor, but it does. Um, it definitely has the pound cake taste. If you've ever just had like a regular pound cake, it has that fluffy cake aftertaste that has a slight bit of sweetness, but not too much. So when you take that and basically bathe it in a natural or real cherry sauce coating, um, even if you never liked the cake itself, definitely try this because this will basically pretty much fill any type of a dessert sweet tooth that you have, even if you don't like desserts. I'm not a dessert person. I don't eat sweets. I don't eat desserts in real life. That's why one of the things I love about vaping is because I can vape anything that I don't eat. This is one of those things. It's not something that I would eat in physical form, but to vape wise, I almost feel guilty vaping it because I feel like I actually just had a big old slice of it. So it definitely works, and you can definitely tell the dedication and the commitment that they've put into these because you can taste it in the flavors. Um, the third one is Aphrodite's Nectar. What can I say about this one? Really good. It's fitting that they used Aphrodite, and I think that was on purpose. Aphrodite being, I believe, the goddess of love. Strawberries and peach in a custard form, which just gives it a thicker, creamier flavor mix of them. All strawberry and peach, and very, very smooth, which is where the custard part comes into. But it is very addicting. I can definitely see that being one that you will vape all day and not even realize how much of it you've actually vaped. It's definitely fulfilling. It is definitely abundant with flavor. The smell is mostly strawberry for me. And let me just verify that because, yep, definitely strawberry. But it has a very nice lead into for the peach. You definitely get the strawberry on the inhale, and just as you start enjoying the vape before you exhale it, hits the peach, and you get a nice, juicy, solid peach flavor on the end. And all of it is basically blanketed in the custard, and it is just a really nice mixture. I guarantee that bottle I'm going to go through here really quick. So with that, those are the other three flavors that I did. I'm going to do the fourth one, and I saved it for the video for two reasons. One, the flavor is called Luna's Light. It is a decadent dark chocolate cheesecake. Magic word, cheesecake. That's one of the reasons why I saved it, because I am a cheesecake person. However, it says decadent dark chocolate. Most dark chocolate or chocolate flavors that I have vaped on always seem to have some type of a chalky aftertaste. And I'm not sure if that's just because of the way that the chocolate flavoring just is, and if that's just common. But depending on what type of chocolate it's supposed to be for the flavor, it kind of sometimes deters from it. So I wanted to do this one specifically for this, just to get a first impression to see if that's still there. And, you know, as always, this really strictly just is my opinion. I'm not trying to tell anybody how to vape. I'm not trying to tell anybody what they're supposed to get out of it or how they're supposed to take to it. I'm just really trying to just do a more detailed or informative approach to the flavors to give you a better idea what they're about, and see if it might be something that, you know, hits a nerve with you or tickles your fancy to where either you want to try it or you want to bring it into a shop, give them a shot, reach out to them, whatever you want to do. So please don't ever take what I say as law. That's not my intent. That's not what I'm trying to do. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and try this. And as I want to show, fresh cotton, untouched, white. The only cotton that I use for my videos, Texas Tough Cotton. It is not a pansy-ass cotton ball. It wicks really nicely, holds juice really well, does not have any cottony taste to it or anything like that. So definitely check it out on Instagram. It's Texas Tough Cotton. So I'm going to go ahead and rip this open here, and you will see, and here basically the rip and tear. So let me go ahead and split this open. And of course, because I'm saving it for the video, this is the one that has to give me problems. Take that off there. Okay. First crack open, first whiff. Decadent dark chocolate cheesecake. Wow, that's chocolate. Definitely not mistaking that for anything else. Yep, that's definitely chocolate. Now, since it is a dark chocolate cheesecake, the cheesecake itself, the creaminess of that, you're not really going to pick out in a flavor. Trust me, I know cheesecake pretty well. It's usually going to be whatever the flavor is. So for right now, it being a chocolate cheesecake, the chocolate is the main smell. And that's definitely there. So we're going to go ahead and drip this, and we will vape it and then go from there and see what, and I do have a spare dropper bottle, go from there and see what this vapes. And while I'm dripping this up and getting this ready, real quick, like you saw me open and bust open the safety seal on this, anything that you order, doesn't matter what it is, doesn't matter where it's from, anything that you order that has some form of a safety mechanism, whether it's a seal, a safety ring, a safety cap, a dropper bottle cap, safety, anything, doesn't matter. If for whatever reason you receive it and something about it just does not sit right with you, whether it's the way it looks, whether it looks like it's been tampered with, ripped, folded, torn, anything like that, any reason whatsoever that you have and you don't feel comfortable with it, do not use it. Just don't. Contact the where you got it from, whether it's a shop, whether it's a website, whether it's the manufacturer directly, whether it's a distributor, whoever you need to contact them, let them know. And again, because these have lock codes on them, they can actually trace it back to what batch it came out of. But for whatever reason, if something about it just does not sit right with you and you don't want to vape it, please don't. Just let them know. They will take steps to rectify it, because at the end of the day, it is about your health and safety, and that's number one, what's most important. So with that said, give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up real quick. Get that on there. I'm going to go ahead and vape this up. And I am at, if you can see it right there, 75 watts. And this is Luna's Light, which is the Decadent Dark Chocolate Cheesecake from Pure Diversity. Clouds. Will not have absolutely any problem with clouds. All day, every day, clouds. Okay, so I'm a little on the fence with this one. But mainly just for one reason. If you like chocolate, if you like dark chocolate, if you like chocolate covered anything, but if you just specifically like chocolate, you will like this flavor, and that's part of what I probably wouldn't use this as a vape for, because I'm not a chocolate person. This definitely has a solid dark chocolate taste to it, absolutely. The cheesecake, there is a subtle creaminess on the undertone to this, so that it does have a little bit of creaminess, but it most definitely is for a chocolate lover. Like I said, I'm not a chocolate person, so unfortunately, this is not one that I would choose. But it's because it is so on point. I honestly, right now, I feel like I just had like half a candy bar, half a chocolate bar, and my teeth are gonna basically rot. It is that good. Oh yeah. And nicely, there isn't a chalky aftertaste to it. At least I'm not picking up one. It is definitely chocolate. It'll melt in your mouth. Solid chocolate coat your tongue. So definitely is good. A good point on that. Um, Overall, if you're looking for a solid, heavy cream or custody type flavor line, definitely give Pure Diversity a look. Check out their Instagram, check out their Facebook, contact them, email them, let them know you're interested, let them know that you have a shop interested. If you own a shop, tell them that you're interested. It is a very unique line. But being a 9010, definite Cloud Chaser lovers will like this. Pure flavor enthusiasts will definitely get a kick out of this as well. Everything is just really solid, and it has a very nice cream or custardy type touch to it as a finish. Definitely all day vape options. If you're looking for something that's going to stick with you all day, definitely give this line a shout out. Pure Diversity, thank you guys so much. You guys are amazing. You guys are doing a great job with this. Keep it up. Thank you for the opportunity and privilege to try this line and do this video. Guys, as always, I'm Token Vaping. Here on YouTube, there's that little subscribe button. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest. Anything that I can do to help further enhance your vaping experience. Anything. That is all I want to do. That is all I concern myself with. That's the point of why I do what I do. Other than that, basically, if you guys have not, if there is anybody out there who has not joined any of the advocacy groups out there for vaping rights, please do so. It is so important. Let your voices join the ones that are already connected, and let everybody be heard as one, so that we can defend our vaping rights as a whole, so that we can continue to do what we love. It is not a choice. It is not an option. It is a lifestyle, and we do believe in it. So until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm Token Vaping. Vape on, vape strong. Have a good night.